Hello, and welcome to the live stream. My name is Pamela Stewart. I'm an author of young adult science fiction and fantasy. And today is an amazing Saturday that we are going to get some words in. Are you guys ready? Are you excited? Because I certainly am. How are you today? How is everybody? I am fine and wonderful, and I am raring to go. I just feel I'm in a really good spot in my book right now. I am going through a fine edit with Cadet, and this is one of my favorite parts. Actually, all of them are kind of my favorite parts in one way or another. But doing the fine edits is exciting because hello. I'm finally seeing some people's names. Hello, my friends. So good to see you. Barb's back. Hey, Barb. What's up? Working on that romance with the COVID undertones. And then, yo, Xanthe. Aw, it is hot. It is hot, and especially you don't have air. It's terrible. I'm not a person that likes being hot. That's why I live in Michigan. Hello, Valley. How are you? So good to see you. I love your avatar. It's gorgeous. So cute. I'm trying to be super positive, and actually I don't have to try because you know what? That's just who I am. Or at least that's who I aspire to be. So right now I'm in an exciting part of my edits because I'm going through and I'm making it pretty. And my goal is to take at least 200 chapters. It's already 96 chapters. I don't want any more. But my goal is to take 200 words, cut it per chapter, because it's still about 143,000, which is a huge improvement since I believe last week it was almost 150. So I have cut. If I can get it down to 140 by the end, I would be super excited because I think I don't know if it could be much smaller than that and maintain all of the point of view characters and give them all a nice arc. And just before I started the live stream, this is why I was so pepped up. 2 is because I am also not on caffeine, even though it seems like I am, and hepped up on sugar. I am not. I am drinking mint tea, and it's like a chocolate mint, and I'm kind of dolling it up with some cacao and some peppermint drops and a little stevia. And yeah, that's the stuff. And also I'm listening to music, and that's one of the things I do before I do a writing session, especially on a good day when all the stars align and I can just write and there's no interruptions by Jan Fienkat. I can just focus and I listen to some music. I do some meditations. I think about what I want to write and where I want to go with the scenes. So do you guys have any pre-writing like rituals or prep that you do? I'd love to hear about it because anything that you're doing might help me as well. Or hopefully maybe something I'm doing might help you. When I know I'm easily distracted because this thing known as the devil, also, I love it with all my heart. It sucks my attention, as does the internet in general. So I do a lot of blocking with blocking apps. And then the Forest app is fantastic, which I've mentioned here before. And it's nice because they will plant, if you get enough focus hours or focus minutes, they will plant a tree in the forest. So I'm excited, but it will also take away trees, but not in real life, but it will also like let your tree wither if you don't like complete it and you just like click out to get into some other app. So it makes me a lot more serious about it, even though I'm kind of always serious about writing. But this is the fun part. If I could just sit and do this every day, I would be super excited. But today's that day. Today is my Saturday, and it's all about it. It's all about the writing. Any pregame rituals? Any lucky charms that you have? Anything to get you, oh, peppy music. There's another peppy music that gets you heart to pump in. I was just listening to the Guardians of the Galaxy music. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about later, in between the sprints, is Disney movies in general and how they use different structure to kind of tell their stories. And I find that even though they use the hero's journey a lot, well, I'll go into it later, but I was listening to Guardians of the Galaxy, and their soundtrack is bomb. It is fantastic for pepping you up and little just motivation. Okay. We all came here to write. I cannot believe that Camp Nano is in 2 weeks. Oh, that's a great idea, Barb. Thank you. Actually, that would get you back into the story and then kind of into the voice. That's a wonderful idea. I'm going to have to try that one. I do that when I'm editing, especially to make sure I'm not missing words. That's an excellent one too. Rereading the last 500, just to remind myself where I am. I find that if I get longer periods of time to focus on my writing, that it comes a lot easier and quicker. So I try to plan out. I'm always doing the writing, always. But so I do all my pregame music and meditation. But I also have this little, I don't know if you can see it. This is my lava rocks, and it's like got a little turtle on it because I'm a slow writer. But you can put some essential oils on it, and I do like peppermint or eucalyptus or something that's stimulating. And so I can if you see me during the live stream just sniffing, I'm not weird. Well, I am a little weird, but that's why I'm weird, because it's got a point. And if you're weird and you have a point, that makes it better. At least that's what I tell myself. I'm wearing my disco t-shirt today. Woo! This is my prize for finishing the first edit on Cadet. I have 2 guest stars, but they're not going to be appearing, I don't think, because they're both settling down for a nap. Mr. Oliver and Miss Petunia are both settling on the bed. So while the kitties are down, have you guys reread your last few words? Because that sounds like an awesome plan. And hopefully I'm getting your adrenaline running by talking so fast and trying to get everyone excited, because the first warm-up sprint is coming. I usually like to start with 15 minutes because that's a good time to kind of get your fingers warmed up and get you back into the story mindset. And then we'll do some more longer sprints as we go along. And then we can talk more about Disney and possibly vacations and summer, and what is your writing routine during the summer and all those fun things. So, all right, buckle down, y'all. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Or hopefully it will not be a bumpy ride. It will be a very smooth ride. Just be ready. Be ready for anything. You never know in my house what might happen, because my neighbors are loud and they do random things sometimes. And my cats decide to invade. So you really don't know. Get you a drink of choice. Read your last few lines and actually think about what the next scene has. Think about what the next scene can bring. And maybe think about how to make it a little better. Like, don't go with the first obvious choice, because that's easy. And I find myself doing that too, but maybe challenge yourself a little bit to dig a little deeper and find an analogy that character would have used that's just particular to her character, or get inside the head of your hero, or write that action scene so that people can actually see it in their heads, because everyone's got their challenges and we just have to come at them straight on and work to improve. And that's all we can do. All right, kids, ladies and gents, boys and girls, I actually had it preset this time. I'm getting to know what I'm doing just a, hey, I'm going to show you just that much. Very excited. I'm excited by everything. You really think I'm on caffeine or some kind of drug, but I'm not. Cacao. I'm on cacao. All right. On your mark. Wiggle it out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out. Get set. Go. And that, my friends, is time. How did everyone do on the warm-up? Leave your numbers in the comment. Down below, or to the side. I don't know how it looks for you. I think it's below still, but mine is to the side. So, and everything's backwards. I actually powered through some stuff. This is really good for me because sitting in here is kind of like target zero for the cats. Like they have a little podium above my computer so they can like reach down and touch my screen. And Oliver knows that the touch screen is alive and he can spin it and get my attention. So he quite often does that. So I write in different areas of the house to avoid him having access to the screen. So I don't write in here very much. I have my nice setup. I have my screen, my secondary screen. And so I can see it more because it's like way bigger than the laptop. So I get like 2 pages done in 15 minutes. And that is a good progress for my turtle pace. Did you get some good words in? Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? Bueller? That's a really old reference. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that it's so hot outside. In Michigan, it's hot. I know a few of you are in Michigan. And I don't enjoy when the weather gets too warm like this. I mean, I'm a fan of air conditioning. I do like getting outside though, and that's been tempting. And that's one of the struggles I have during the summer is that I do like to go out running and taking long walks in the park, as well as hiking. Last summer I did a half marathon, and that was super challenging because I had to balance that between writing and running. And I was kind of happy when it was over because it was just too stressful on my body. I was happy to have done it. It was a challenge. I wanted to do it before a certain birthday, as it were. And I did. And now I can be a little more gentle with my body. But it's still hard. You got to fit in the exercise. You got to fit in the yoga. Since the big lockdown, I've been doing daily yoga. And I've been doing daily meditation in the morning. Even though I'm back to work, I find that even taking it usually takes me a half an hour altogether to get the meditation and the yoga done. But it's worth getting up that half an hour early to get my mental, my mind in alignment. And then having to work is so sucking up energy. I forgot how much energy it sucks. But then I guess having the time off really also gave me motivation to realize that the writing is exactly what I want to do. And it's exactly where I want to be. Because even though I can work from 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and not be tired at all and then come back for like a second helping. Huzzah! Editing is good because that's what I'm actually doing too. I really want to write new words. And I will for July Camp NaNoWriMo, but right now, yay, researching, and I'm sure it's something very deep and interesting because you always have the best subjects, Miss Anna. You know what? That's wonderful. We get that with no world. Where are we supposed to put our characters? So you can't just have them be in a box. We have to get that world built. And that's the fun part, making the world and the characters. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Cutting. Oh, responding to emails. That's actually good. I got some feedback. It was a good feedback. I'm hoping it's good. And I also hope it's helpful because it can't just be good. It can't be all but just praise because everyone needs a little work here or there. So I actually appreciate when people show me places where I can improve. So hopefully they give you some good advice on how to improve or what they liked, and then some good direction. That's what sometimes we're so in this bubble of writerdom that we're just in there with the story that we don't realize how it's affecting an audience. And in the end, we all want our stories to resonate with the audience and with readers in general. I just got some feedback today and it was good. And I was happy that I'm having some of the first people who have read the second edit. And I guess the first edit really did help because the feedback is better. And I guess I'm just going to always be a multiple drafter. I'll never be like a one draft wonder. But I'm happy with that because then I feel like each time I do it, it just makes it a cleaner, better draft, a little bit stronger every time. But the key is knowing when to stop editing, I guess, and get it out. And that's the beauty of being indie, because I have a deadline. And I have an editor who's going to be waiting for that the day after the 4th of July. I didn't pass out, I swear. I can get it. I have a good schedule now. I'm 2 chapters a day, because I caught up this weekend already. I did just hella. I took Friday off, and I cranked yesterday and got like 5 chapters edited. So I caught up from the last week. And then this morning I did some, and then right now I'm going to do a couple more. Then I'm on target to just do 2 chapters a day until the end, and then I can go back and do my full grammar edit, and then find those little missing words and those homophones, which is the fault of me as well as Dragon naturally, because I did a lot of dictation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you're drinking. What did you bring? Did you bring your poison? Is it alcohol? You would think I'm drinking alcohol, but I'm not. Is it tea? Who among you can drink coffee this late? Is it the ever-present hot chocolate, or is it just too hot for hot chocolate today? Share it in the comments. Maybe I'll find a new drink. I like doing, in the summertime when it's not all like closed down and weird things are happening in the world, I usually like matchas. I like the matcha lattes, and I like them frozen, which is a lot of sugar, but every now and then it's okay. And the matcha lattes in the summer, cool matcha lattes with a few drop of vanilla and cinnamon. Nice, cool, refreshing drink. All right, so I said that I was going to talk a little bit about Disney and how it motivated me. And I actually have a story about Disney too. Maybe I'll make it short because we're already going into a little bit of time. But the reason the turtle's important for me is like in the year 2000. Wow, it's been 20 years now. But I went to Disney with my kids, and it was really fun. And I remember the moment when I decided that I was going to actually pursue writing as something more than just a hobby. And I was going to dig in and actually do the craft, because I always told myself, I'm not that good at grammar. I'm not that good. I can never be Stephen King. I can never be. Oh, here we go. We got some ice water going. I couldn't be like Anne Rice. Apple ginger. That sounds really good. So why the heck? Oh, yes. Yes. So why would I even try? Why would I try if I can't be the best, if I can't be them? But I guess I saw, this is when the internet was first going. God, I am really showing my age, but it was dial-up, I remember. And I found Holly Lyle's site, and she's a traditionally published writer who now does some indie. But she was already starting to do some online writing classes and things. And she wrote something about being a nurse, and that she was going to leave that to be a writer. And I'd always thought that you had to go to school to be a writer, and you had to be educated in the writing to be a writer. And you couldn't just, everyday people couldn't just pick it up in the middle of their life and do it. So reading her blog post about how she was going from, or how she had went, I think she'd already transitioned, how she went from being a nurse to writing was, and she was a single parent at the time too. So I totally was like, hey, speak of a single parent. Hello. Good day, young miss. But she had talked about being a single parent and being a nurse, but then she had transitioned into being a full-time writer. And I'm like, that magical moment when you're like, if she can do it, I can do it. So I got every book. And anyways, that inspired me. When I was at Disney, I'd already, like, I had it like chugging in my head. And in the year 2000, I was at Disney, and it's such a magical place. And it just, you see all these things about Walt Disney. He's not perfect, and neither is the corporation, but you can find good and inspirational things even in the worst of places. And I found Walt Disney's story of creativity and how he just kept at it to be so inspirational. So I bought this little jade as a souvenir, a little jade turtle. And I said to myself, no matter how long it takes, the turtle will finish the race. And so that's been sort of something I kept in my back pocket and thought about as I was going through. I'm like, well, it's okay if everyone else is getting this or this deal, or if I can't finish a full draft, or if I'm just still learning, because I'm the turtle and I will cross that finish line eventually. Yes, little Cassie, she knows my stories. She lived my stories. I don't put her in the stories, although I do have a character, the name Cassandra. And I probably shouldn't tell this, but I named a character Cassandra before I named my daughter Cassandra. And it was a vampire romance. But it never was finished. No one ever read it, except for one girl that I worked with at McDonald's at the time. And that's when I was just writing stories for fun. And I had just read Anne Rice's books, and so I was very inspired. And it was well before Twilight. And one of the main characters, lead female, was named Cassandra. And I loved it because it was a Greek name, and it meant, like someone who foretold or saw the future. And I just thought it was beautiful. Yeah, so true. Oh, thanks, Barb. Yeah, thank you. It's finding your passion is a beautiful thing. And I hope that these help inspire somebody somewhere, some single moms or people who don't think they can do it. I hope that it helps somebody out there, or if somebody's just struggling to get their words in. I know how it feels. I've been there. I know how it feels to know that your writing isn't there yet, and to not get a letter back from a publisher, or to have people not like your writing at first, and to feel like you don't even know how to put a sentence together. I was there, I know I've been in your place, and now, like, all it took was lots of persistence. And I might not be the most talented writer, and I might not be Anne Rice, and I might not be Stephen King. But you know what? I'm Pam Stewart, and that's who I want to be. Hopefully that's enough. At least I'm happy. And that's what I always told my kids. Another thing, it's like, if you're happy, that's really all that matters, because happiness, in my mind, is the point of life, is to find your happy, find your joy, and find what inspires you. Wow, I'm going esoteric. It's time for another sprint. And then we'll talk about Disney stories. And think about what your favorite Disney story is in the back of your mind, because there will be a quiz later. But, and how maybe some of those stories kind of turn tropes on their head. There's a couple of them I can think of, and turn your expectations in a good way and a bad way. We'll talk about that later. So I want you to read. Yeah, I didn't call her Bella, so thank goodness. Yes, it is time to sprint. It is time. I've been chatting too much. Thank you all for listening to my TED Talk. Hopefully some of you did find that inspirational a little bit, but it's my little story. All right. I love you all for listening and being patient with me. All right. Let's actually get some words in. Let's see if I can remember how to reset this puppy. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna say 25 minutes because I ain't driving. Or technically I am driving. 25, 25, 25. It just sounds good. And if anyone has a other idea for the next sprint, please let me know. But I think 25 is good. And it'll keep us focused. And maybe I can get this chapter done. All right. Have the words, read through your last few words. Think about what you want to write next. Write the first few, maybe description or world building or whatever you need to do and get her done. Because this is what we do. We are motivated writers. We're going to get those projects done. The word count will fall. Bring your pens and swords, my ladies, and we will sally forth. I don't know where this metaphor is going. I need to stop now. Oh, I need to put up the screen. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. 25 minutes on the timer. Let's make her big. And sprint! And that is time. Pencils down. Let's get a tally, shall we? Did you slay your word beast? Did you get all the words? Did you kill that word count? Let me know. I want to know. Please share your numbers. I finished the chapter. Yay. I'm very happy and excited, and both my cats are still sleeping. I feel like today has just been like magical. I know it's the small things in life. Peppermint chocolate tea and kitties that take naps at the right time. So finishing that chapter actually finished the goal for today. And even though part of me, I'm going to go into the next chapter a little bit because I was going to try to write in my new project, or at least do the outline. I might have to do that at a separate time because I need to totally switch gears. I probably need to do that when I'm fresh, first thing in the morning, just start. And then maybe at my lunchtime at work, because I find that I can't edit when I'm at work. I can write when I'm at work because I do a lot of dictation. So I just go outside on a walk, or I go to my car and do the dictation, or I even have gone down in the basement. And I'm sure that people coming by are like, Pam has lost her marbles. She's talking about aliens in the basement. You know, you got to do what you got to do to get your words in. But editing's harder because I've tried to edit on my phone and it just does not work. I have Word, and I know some people can do it. I definitely can type new words, but editing is a different process for me. It's a different part of the brain. So this next week, since we're getting ready for July camp, if anyone's doing camp, let me know in the comments. I would love to share. Oh, okay. The comments are coming in. I don't know why they always are paused. It seems like it always takes a few extra minutes. Yay, Valley! Yay, yay, Valley! Yay, Valley! Yay, yay, Valley! Whoa, her name is Valley, and she got 555. That is such a great number. It's so symmetrical and beautiful. And that is a good number for 25 minutes. Fantastic. Way to go. Way to go. Oh, 130. You know, that's not bad. I ended up, I only caught 100, and then I'm like, dadgummit, I have to go back in. And I went back in it, and I ended up getting 200. Maybe there's something else you could shave off. Don't make him a eunuch, though. That would be bad. Keep that. Everyone's doing fantastic and getting their words in. I think I'm singing because I'm thinking about Disney. And everything is always better in song. And most of the best movies are musicals. So I know Disney, has its own issues, and they kind of make all the stories that are technically like Grimm's fairy tales. They make them kind of pretty and nice and put them in a little bow, but there's also some good storytelling in there, especially with Pixar. But I have to say, some of the classic Disney is still my favorite, and I'm always gonna love it. I think that mostly because of the weird story structure and the fact that it broke other Disney tropes, is that Frozen is probably one of my best, my favorite Disney movies from story perspective, because you expected there to be a romance. So everything that happened throughout the story, you're expecting the sister, the Elsa character. Now, if you haven't seen Frozen, I don't know what to tell you. Spoiler alert. Now it's time. Don't listen anymore. But Elsa, the oldest sister, you're expecting her to be full on evil, to turn into an Ursula or a Jafar or something. And she doesn't. She just actually has some issues. And the true story of it is between the sisters and their love. And that told me that Disney's not just, recycling completely everything they've always done, but they took it up to the next level. And I really appreciated that. And another one of my favorites, The Emperor's New Groove, is a buddy movie. And I know that's not one of the most popular movies of all time. I don't see like Cusco around the parks, but comedy wise and story wise, it was quite good. It showed the growth of the character, and I wouldn't even say hero's journey. It was just the growth of a character and relationship between both of the characters. And I love buddy movies, buddy cop movies, I guess, kind of. So what's your favorite Disney movie, and why do you like it so much? Does it, what story elements do you pull from things like Disney or from other movies? I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was really interesting because even though it did copy some other sci-fi genre stuff, I think some of it came from the comics, but I think they kind of went their own direction. And it had some romantic elements, but it was more of a group coming together, a group of misfits coming together, which was good and different. And when they did The Mandalorian, I really appreciated that. And that's not like your typical, Disney story either. And so I think they actually have some good storytellers on their staff, and I really can learn. I learned a lot. Buddy Llama movies. Yeah, I think part of that was the chemistry between John Goodman and James Spader, because I don't know if it would have worked. And then the character of Yzma was fantastic. The whole thing has all this quirky humor that I really enjoyed. I like Belle as a character from Beauty and the Beast, but I thought she should have just not needed was it David Spade? Did I say it wrong? Spader, not Spade. It's Spade. Oh, The Incredibles. That is a good one. And it's a family movie. It's a family dynamic, not necessarily a romance at all. And that's a good choice. And I liked that it still had the quirky humor. I don't know why they don't do more like that. Honestly, that was a winner. Lilo and Stitch was another good one that wasn't necessarily. It had a little. Not really. It was about friendship and family in Ohana, and it gets me every time. I cry every time I watch that dang movie. Yes. And that hardly ever happens, even in the real comics. Like, I am a big comic book fan, and they like their fights and romances a lot, but dealing with real family stuff, like Marvel does an okay job. But I liked that one very much, and I don't know. I take what I can from good movies, and I try to use the emotion in my writing. Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, it is literally one of my favorites. And the sister dynamic, and then the friend. It's a family. It's a family. And it makes me cry a lot. Because where's my super suit? Toy Story. Another buddy movie. So I think we can maybe take from that and from Marvel that you can take good storytelling and put it into any kind of, suit, super suit, as it were. And then you can end up having something even better. Because Beauty and the Beast is also another Grimm's fairy tale, and Cinderella and all of them are kind of if the Frozen is based on like a really interesting, story too, but all of them, they kind of take it in their own direction and kind of use the facade of this, fairy tales and things. So I appreciate it. And I learn a lot from movies and shows. I am currently watching Discovery still. I will get it done, but my writing always comes first. And the watching the TV is always last. So it tends to fall off, which is probably a good thing, but it takes me 100 years to watch a series. And I have a list that's like this long of things that I want to watch. All right, I'm chat-tastic today, it would seem. And I think we need another sprint. Okay, all right, let's see what we can do. I don't want to do that. All right, do I have any suggestions for time? Do we want to do a 20-minute? Do we want to do 25? Do we want to go back to 15? I don't know. I think we need another big, I think we need another big dose of writing juice. Now that you have some story inspo, hopefully. Took a little break. Hopefully you refilled your beverages. I hope everyone took some time to get out and get their beverages. Let's stretch a little. Ooh, huh. Get those blood pumping. Fill up your cups on this hot, hot June day. All right. I have no suggestions, so I'm going to go with 25 again. And then maybe we could kind of end it after that, unless you guys are still excited and interested, because that would be like almost an hour of solid writing. And we'll see where our numbers are. Oh, there it is. 25, 25, 25. All right. Let's get down to business. Oh, that's another one. Mulan. Who doesn't love Mulan? And even though there was a romance, I feel like it was a coming of age story more so than a romance. News 11. See what elements you can add from a Disney in your next little bit of writing. What kind of romantic, exciting adventure or family dynamic you could maybe juice up a little bit. Get your first few words down, warm up those hands. Let's get focused. This is a long one and this is a good one. We're going to do it. I want everyone to get excited because we're going to hit those numbers. This is the word count edition of Pam's writing sprints. We're going to get the words. Okay, everyone ready? Any mark? Get set. Sprint. And that, my friends, is time. Ah! Is it just me, or does it seem like the writing sprints are going faster? It's just me then. How did you guys do? I'd love to see your numbers. Please. And even if you're watching this later, I would love to see your numbers. I hope it still is motivational, even when it's not live, because I watch Kate Kavanaugh's later and Brooke Passimore's, and I get the motivation, even if I can't be there right when they're doing it, because sometimes they do them really early or really late. And this is like, I'm a weekend warrior. I'm a weekend word warrior. Yes. Yeah, that could be a t-shirt too, probably. I need the weekend word warrior. Word count, slaying the word count since 2008. That was my first NaNoWriMo. 2008. And I'm doing the camp in July, so I just love doing it. It's such a vibe. Next week is the last live stream for me before Camp Nano. It's hard to believe. I'm losing my mind. And then like the first one will be during the 4th of July, which is another crazy time to do. But you know what? Who cares? Like, we can get some live sprints in and maybe do some nano planning next week, because I never get my planning done in advance. And then I'm always like scrambling. Oh, and if you guys were wondering, I actually just blew through my daily goal. I finished my 3 chapters. Plus, I got about, not quite it. I'll have to check. I cut 130-ish, 140, like Miss Brenda, from this chapter. I might have to go back through it again and see if I can cut some more, but it's a good scene. I might just leave it as is, but maybe I could just tweak it just a touch, tighten that screw a little more. But that would be 4 chapters today. Yes. Valley, look at you go, girl. I'm so happy. And this is more world building. I'm guessing it's world building. But, you know, any writing is good writing. It just getting it down on the paper so it can inspire your ideas and get that story popping. Get it popping, girl. Get it popping. I can't believe, like, sometimes I'm just like in the mood, and I feel very zen today. I feel very connected to, I have to finish my short story during Nano. Me too. We're going to be writing buddies. Okay, Barb, let's be writing buddies through Camp Nano. I know they don't do the official cabins anymore, but on our live streams, we definitely can be rooting each other on, because that's going to be exciting. And if you guys are not following me already, or you're not subscribed to the channel, I do these live streams every Saturday at 4 p.m. And I love to have you. So please subscribe, and I'll be doing hopefully even more during July so I can get those word counts up. I'm going to have a slightly abbreviated word count for this Camp NaNoWriMo. So, yay, thank you. Yay. Everyone's kung fu fighting. Everyone's working hard. Yay, we can be buddies. Yeah, this new site I don't dig. I really hope they update it again. And well, they might just make it worse. I miss some of the old features, let's just say that. And I hope they find a way of making it more fun again, because they changed it. And I'm a bit salty. So next week is the last one before the camp. So we can get together and you guys, we can work on outlines, or we can work on whatever project, more editing. I'm going to be doing it all. And hopefully I can even get the whole short story done during camp, which is the best part of camp, because you can choose any goal and then work on that. And also I'm going to be, I post every day pretty much to stories on Instagram, and I try to be, upbeat and share some of my writing experience so that you guys maybe can find some motivation in that or inspiration. I find it inspiring to follow people like Sarah Cannon and Kate Kavanaugh. And it gives me a little bit of a boost to see that other people are out there doing the job. Like when I watch Kate's writing experiments, I get super excited. Like she is so excited about the process, which I am too. But then there's days when you're just like, I'm so tired, and maybe I can just not work so hard today. And then you see all these people out there working so hard that it just inspires you. Oh, for formatting? Oh, that's a good question. I actually use Draft to Digital when I'm doing my formatting for the final publication. And I realized I thought it was only for if you went and published through them, because I'm an Amazon only person right now, but it's not. You can still get your file off of Draft to Digital if you and format it and everything. You just don't hit publish at the end. You just download the test proof file, and it's free. So I literally it's very basic. I mean, you're not going to get lots of options like your chapter headings and things like that, but they're not going to be super specific to whatever you're writing. But mine is a general sci-fi, font, and I can tell it to put the chapter headings, and it pre-formats everything. It's beautiful. Play with it a little bit, try it out, and tell me if you like it. I mean, it's a little confusing at first, but once you learn it, it's 1,000 times better than Word. I have horror stories about trying to format with Word. Honestly, I wake up at night still thinking about the day and a half it took me to format something, and then I'd move one little thing, and the whole chunk of words would suddenly drop down, and I couldn't figure out why they were doing that. So, good God, yeah, formatting in Word is a nightmare. And before that, I used Scrivener, but Scrivener tends to put in some weird line breaks and some strange other things. And it was good for a beginner because I was absolute beginner when I started. But Draft to Digital right now is my ride or die. And it's free and it's fairly easy to use. So I play around with that. Okay, are you guys feeling one more for the day, or are we spent? We're going on 2 hours, so we might just be color done for the day. If you're watching this later, I'm so happy to have you. Thank you all for showing up today. Feel free to, if you want to give me a like, it really does help the algorithms, or to leave a comment. It really helps me to maybe find more people who would like to be inspired by my sprinting and chatter. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, unless somebody posts something that they want to do one more. Because if someone wants to do one more, I am there for you. I am there, and I will do it. Because my blood sugar's not dropped yet. I am out of tea, though. And that's not a pretty thing. I have backup water, so don't worry about me, though. I will not be dehydrated. I don't know why it takes so long for any comments to come through. If anyone is commenting, I'm not seeing it. That was the actual question, if I didn't post it. Oh, there's some Google Docs. Okay. Woo! Okay, let's do another one. I'm game. If I finish this next chapter, I don't have to do anything tomorrow, which I probably will anyway. But it feels nice to have some in the can, just to be kind of ahead. All right, up for one more. Rock on, you guys! You guys are rocking. You rock out loud, and I need to have better phrases. You slap. Oh no. My daughter's probably going to come after me now. Tell me that's not proper use of the slang. One more as a team. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. But it's going to be a short one. It's like we bring a 15-minute in, we'll take a 15-minute out. It's like the bookends. It's like the beginning, the middle, the long middle, and then we're going to do the end. I'm always backwards in this. You got to remember. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. Let's get the blood pumping. I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for one more? I'm ready. Let's see if I can actually get this to change. Do it. And show. All right. I want you to treat this last sprint like it's important, because every time you sit down to write, it is important because you're sharing part of your heart with the world. And even if it's just deleting beautiful words, it's going to make that final story that much stronger, that much better. And get it that one more step closer to getting it where you need it to be. All right. So let's get pumped. Let's get them words. Let's get them edited. Let's cut. I feel like I should just say cut them all, but don't do that. Then we have no story. Okay. Everyone ready? Keyboard's hot. Coming in hot. Keyboard's hot. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Feeling it. Okay. Woo, woo. All right, my adrenaline's pumping now. I'm getting into the world. I am in an exciting part in the book too, so this is going to get me pumped. We are ready. I am ready. Are you ready? On your mark? Get set. And sprint. Ah. It's time. Tell me how you did. Tell me how you did. Tell me how you did. I want to know. Share your numbers or how much you edited. I didn't quite finish another chapter. I did dig into one, which I thought was way more done than it was. And I'm glad that I kind of now realize what I have in store. Now, there's good things in them always, but it's a little bit more challenging when you know there's a rough one coming. But it's not terrible. How did you guys do? Show me numbers for this last wonderful little sprint to close out the night. Oliver just woke up, so you guys are just lucky that we're ending soon. Because, oh, wait a minute, he might just go back to sleep. We'll see. As the cat turns, that's my life. As the cat finds a new place to sleep or decides to attack the computer. Or his sister. He likes to attack his sister too. Excellent. That's so much sense. You know what? I should start doing that a little at a time because it kind of feels torturous when I'm listening to the whole thing at once. Not that I don't like my own story, but by that time I get to the final edit, I've read and edited and read so many times that it gets kind of hot. You're just done with that story, ready for the next one. Yay! That's important. And for 15 minutes, that's kicking ass. I mean, asterisk SS. So I won't lose my PG rating. But yeah, kicks butt in a big way. Well done, Val. You guys rocked out loud. I'm so glad we stuck around for one more. Look at all the progress you guys made. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens. I think it's time for me to refill the tea, possibly make some dinner for me and mine. Thank you all for coming. I know what, you guys motivate me so much, and I sincerely appreciate you showing up and spending this beautiful Saturday afternoon with me. And it was fun, and I hope you come back. I do this every Saturday at 4. Please come back and enjoy some more sprinting. Next week is final nano prep and also editing and new words and all of the fun. And we're going to do even more. July is going to be epic. We're going to kill all the words. There may be t-shirts. I don't know. But it's exciting to just imagine such things. So for me, this is it. You guys keep writing. So write on right now. And I appreciate everything. I will see you soon. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Adios.